Welcome back. So this is going to be the first battle in the second mission of the career mode. Now, just to recap things so far, we got a very good performance rating for the first mission the Commodore gave us. Reason behind that was because the amount of U-boats we sunk more U-boats than we lost ships. And I'm pretty sure if you trade one for one, that's an okay rating. But obviously, as I've said before, it was a mistake for me to put the U-boat frequency to the maximum, considering how many missions I've actually played. That was definitely not a good idea. But it's already been done. We're already through the first crossing. We're starting the second one, and nothing you can do about that. So we're just going to continue as it is. Now, for this mission, we have a much larger convoy, and we have an extra escort that helps us out. So we have two extra destroyers with us. Um, After reviewing the footage, the way that I see I can improve is just adopt a far more aggressive opening strategy. Most of the time, the U-boats they always start their attack surface, and they're not able to stay submerged for that long, at least here in the game. So instead of trying to be conservative with the rest of my escorts and keep them closer to the convoy and deploying their sonar screens to try to keep a lookout, I'm just going to depend more on the radar and just deploy as many assets as I can towards the first group of U-boats, try and knock them out as early as possible, and then deal with the rest of the wolf pack as they appear. So that's what I'm going to switch up here, and we'll see how that goes. So just as like the other videos, I'm not going to commentate as the game is being played, and I'll try to edit all the boring parts out and then put subtitles to carry on the narration so it flows quite well. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. So away we go.
Saginaw Empress has been torpedoed and is taking on water.
Mountie, this is Bloodhound. Maneuver to new station.
Roger. Mountie, maneuvering to new station.
Antler, this is Bloodhound. Maneuver to pick up survivors from Saginaw Empress. Bearing 005, range 3,400 yards. From guide.
Roger. Antler searching. Saginaw Empress. Position for survivors. Bearing 005. Range 3,400 yards. From guide.
Sonar, combat, investigate arc 194 through 284.
Combat sonar. Investigating arc 194 through 284. Sonar I. Ready depth charges. Shallow pattern.
Sonar, combat, investigate arc 223 through 313.
Combat sonar. Investigating arc 223 through 313. Sonar I. Combat sonar. New sonar contact. Bearing 280. Range 1,800 yards.
Bridge, combat, new contact from sonar, bearing 280, range 1,800 yards. I designate contact able. Time 1-3.
Mountie, this is Bloodhound. Attack your contact.
Acknowledged. Combat sonar. Contact. Able. Now bears 283. Range 1,500 yards. Combat sonar. Contact. Able. Now bears 283. Range 1,500 yards. Bearing steady. Combat sonar. Contact. Able. Now bears 284. Range 1,200 yards. Combat sonar. Contact. Able. Now bears 284. Range 1,200 yards. Combat sonar. Contact. Able. Now bears 284. Range 1,100 yards. Bearing steady. Rudder amidships. Rudder amidships. Aye, sir. Combat sonar. Contact. Able. Now bears 283. Range 800 yards. Combat sonar. Contact. Able. Now bears 280. Range 700 yards. Combat sonar. Torpedo bearing constant. Combat sonar. Contact. Able. Now bears 276. Range 600 yards. Bearings drifting left. Bridge, starboard lookout. Torpedo in the water. Bearing 347. Aye, sir. All engines ahead. 2/3.
All engines ahead, 2/3. Aye, sir.
Rudder amidships. Rudder amidship. Combat sonar. Contact. Able. Now bears 253. Range. Fire 1. 200 yards. Wake on right cut. Bridge, starboard lookout. Torpedo in the water. Fire 2. Bearing 057. Fire 3. Combat sonar. Lost contact. Able. Last bearing 253. Last range 200 yards.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Able. Bearing 121. Range 100 yards from Bloodhound.
African treasure has been torpedoed and is on fire.
Ready depth charges. Shallow pattern.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Able. Bearing 096. Range 500 yards from Bloodhound.
We've lost African treasure. All ships. Maneuver to avoid.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Able. Bearing 091. Range 800 yards from Bloodhound.
Combat sonar. Regain contact.
Able. Bearing 097. Range 900 yards. Combat sonar. Investigating arc 045 through 135. Sonar eye. Combat sonar. Contact. Able. Now bears 116. Range 1,000 yards. Estimated depth shallow. Antler picking up survivors from Saginaw Empress. Aye. Steady on course 107. Combat sonar. Contact. Able. Now bears 124. Range 700 yards. Very strong propeller noise. 2/3.
All engines ahead, 2/3. Aye, sir.
Antler fin combat sonar. Contact. Able. Now bears 124. Range 500 yards. Bearing steady. Hard right rudder. Hard right rudder. Aye, sir. Steady as she goes. Aye. Steady on course 119. Combat sonar. Contact. Able. Now bears 119. Range 300 yards. Strong propeller noise. Aye, sir. Combat sonar. Contact. Able. Now bears 110. Range 100 yards. Strong propeller noise. Fire 1. Ready depth charges. Combat sonar. Contact. Fire 2. Now bears. 2, 1, 3. Range 100 yards. Fire 3. Cut. Combat sonar. Lost contact. Able. Last bearing. 2, 1, 3. Last range 100 yards.
Antler, this is Bloodhound. Maneuver to pick up survivors from African Treasure, bearing 226, range 300 yards. From
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Able. Bearing 268. Range 200 yards from Bloodhound.
Roger. Antler searching. African treasure. Position for survivors. Bearing 226. Range 300
Fire
yards
1.
from guide.
Ready depth charges. Shallow pattern.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie
Fire
now has
2.
sonar contact. Able. Bearing 286. Range 200 yards from Bloodhound.
Fire 3. All engines stop.
Bloodhound. This is Antler. Antler regained contact. Able. Bearing 291. Range 300 yards from Bloodhound.
All engines ahead 1/3.
All engines. Bloodhound. This is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Able. Bearing 287.
Fire
Range
1.
300 yards from Bloodhound.
Ready depth charges. Shallow pattern. Fire 2. Hard left right.
Bloodhound. This is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Able.
Fire 3.
Bearing 285. Range 300 yards from Bloodhound.
All engines ahead standard.
All engines ahead standard. Aye, sir.
Rudder amidships.
Rudder amidships. Aye, sir.
Sonar.
Bloodhound. This is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Able. Bearing 280. Range 500 yards from Bloodhound.
Investigating ARC.
Bridge. Port lookout. Merchant ship.
CBDR. Bearing. 034. Range closing quickly. I say again. CBDR.
Sonar. This is the captain. Investigate ARC 229.
Bloodhound. This is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Able. Bearing 274. Range 800 yards from Bloodhound. Bloodhound. This is Antler. Antler lost contact. Able. Last known at bearing 273. Range 900 yards from Bloodhound.
Investigating ARC 229 through 319.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Able. Bearing 268. Range 1,100 yards from Bloodhound.
Combat sonar. Regain contact. Able. Bearing 265. Range 1,200 yards.
Bridge. Port lookout. Merchant ship.
CBDR. Bearing. 253. Range closing quickly. I say again. CBDR.
Antler, this is Bloodhound.
Combat sonar. Contact. Able. Now bears 247. Range 1,200 yards. Contact increasing depth.
Acknowledged.
Rudder amidships.
Rudder amidships. Aye, sir.
Combat sonar. Contact. Able. Now bears 227. Range 1,000 yards. Wake on right cut. Hard left rudder.
Hard left rudder. Aye, sir.
Steady as she. Combat sonar. Contact. Able. Now bears 204. Range 900 yards. Wake on right cut. Combat sonar. Contact. Able. Now bears 184. Range 900 yards. Contact increasing depth. Combat sonar. Lost contact. Able. Last bearing 184. Last range 800 yards.
Bloodhound, picking up survivors from African Treasure.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Able, bearing 181. Range 1,000 yards from Bloodhound.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie made a death charge attack on contact. Able. Unknown results.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Able, bearing 179. Range 1,000 yards from Bloodhound.
Bloodhound, finished picking up survivors from African Treasure.
New course 180. Course 180. Aye, sir. All engines ahead standard.
All engines ahead standard.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Able, bearing 179. Range 1,100 yards from Bloodhound. Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Able, bearing 172. Range 1,100 yards from Bloodhound. Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Able, bearing 161. Range 900 yards from Bloodhound. Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Able, bearing 158. Range 700 yards from Bloodhound.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie regained. Contact. Able. Bearing 158. Range 600 yards from Bloodhound.
Head 2/3.
All engines ahead 2/3. Aye, sir.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie lost contact. Able. Last known at bearing 155. Range 400 yards from Bloodhound.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Able, bearing 155. Range 400 yards from Bloodhound.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie regained. Contact. Able. Bearing 154. Range 400 yards from Bloodhound. Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie lost contact. Able. Last known at bearing 154. Range 300 yards from Bloodhound.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler now has sonar contact. Able, bearing 153. Range 300 yards from Bloodhound.
Bridge, port lookout, oil slick, bearing 152.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler lost contact. Able, last known at bearing 151. Range 200 yards from Bloodhound.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie made a death charge attack on contact. Able. Sonar reports sounds of a sinking submarine.
Antler,
Antler,
reporting.
this is Bloodhound. Maneuver to station. Bearing 119. Range 3,600 yards from guide.
Roger. Mountie maneuvering to station. Bearing 155. Range 2,100 yards from guide.
All escorts. Contact Able has most likely been sunk by Mountie. Congratulations to your crew.
Sonar, combat. Investigate arc 281 through 101.
Combat sonar. Investigating arc 016 through 196. Sonar I. Hard right rudder.
Hard right rudder. Aye, sir.
Rudder amidship.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie holds sonar contact. Baker, bearing 146. Range 2,500 yards from Bloodhound. Evaluated as definite sub.
Bridge, combat. New contact from sonar. Bearing.
146. Range 2,500 yards. I designate contact Baker. Time 1:19.
Mountie, this is Bloodhound. You're clear to engage.
Roger. Mountie engaging.
Antler, reporting.
Sonar, this is the captain. Investigate.
Combat sonar. Regain contact.
Baker, bearing 148. Range 1,500 yards. Combat sonar. Investigating arc 094 through 184. Sonar I. Combat sonar. Contact. Baker. Now bears 149. Range 1,200 yards. Bearing steady. Combat sonar. Contact. Baker. Now bears 148. Range 800 yards. Combat sonar. Contact. Baker. Now bears 148. Range 800 yards. Very strong propeller noise. Combat sonar. Contact. Baker. Now bears 149. Range 500 yards. Combat sonar. Contact. Baker. Now bears 149. Range 400 yards. Very strong propeller noise. Rudder amidships. Rudder amidships. Aye, sir. Combat sonar. Contact. Baker. Now bears 156. Range 200 yards. Bearings drifting right. Hard right rudder. Hard right rudder. Aye, sir. Rudder amidships. Rudder amidships. Aye, sir. Fire sonar. Contact. Baker. Now bears 238. Range. Fire 2. 100 yards. Very strong propeller noise. Combat sonar. Lost contact. Baker. Fire 3. Last bearing. 238. Last range. 100 yards. Ready depth charges. Shallow pattern.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Baker, bearing 294. Range 300 yards from Bloodhound.
Sonar, this is the captain. Perform active search. 2442334. Combat sonar. Investigating arc. 250 through 340. Sonar I.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Baker, bearing 335. Range 500 yards from Bloodhound.
Sonar, this is the captain. Investigate arc. 2812011. Investigating arc. 281.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Baker, bearing 013. Range 400 yards from Bloodhound.
All engines stop.
All engines stop. Aye, sir.
Rudder amidships.
Rudder amidships. Aye, sir.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Baker, bearing 034, range 300 yards from Bloodhound.
Hard right rudder. Hard right rudder. Aye, sir.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Baker, bearing 034, range 200 yards from Bloodhound. Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Baker, bearing 031, range 200 yards from Bloodhound. Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Baker, bearing 036, range 100 yards from Bloodhound.
Fire 1. Depth charges. Shallow pattern. Fire 2.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Baker, bearing 174, range 100 yards
Fire
from
3.
Bloodhound.
Bridge, starboard lookout. Oil slick, bearing 186.
Hard right rudder. Hard right rudder. Aye, sir. All engines at
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Baker, bearing 191, range 200 yards from Bloodhound. Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Baker, bearing 204, range 400 yards from Bloodhound.
all engines ahead standard.
All engines ahead standard. Aye, sir.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Baker, bearing 220, range 600 yards from Bloodhound. Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Baker, bearing 247, range 500 yards from Bloodhound.
219.
Hard left rudder. Hard left rudder. Aye, sir. Steady as she goes. Aye. Steady on course.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Baker, bearing 271, range 300 yards from Bloodhound.
Bridge, starboard lookout. Object 1/2 to the horizon. Bearing 218. Appears to be periscope feather. Bridge, starboard lookout. Torpedo in the water. Bearing 216. Bridge, starboard lookout. Object 1/2 to the horizon. Bearing 218. Appears to be periscope feather.
Combat sonar. Regain contact. Baker, bearing 321. Range 200 yards.
Bridge, port lookout. Torpedo in the water. Bearing 138. Bridge, starboard lookout. Object 1/3 to the horizon. Bearing
Fire 1.
222. Appears to be periscope
Fire
feather.
2. Combat sonar. Contact. Baker. Now fire 3. 007. Range 500 yards. Estimated depth deep.
Bridge, port lookout. Torpedo in the water. Bearing 061.
Combat sonar. Lost contact. Baker. Last bearing 007. Last range 500 yards.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Baker, bearing 019, range 700 yards from Bloodhound.
Bloodhound, this is Antler. Antler holds sonar contact. Charlie, bearing 081, range 1,300 yards from Bloodhound. Evaluated as definite sub.
Bridge, combat. New contact from sonar. Bearing 081, range 1,300 yards. I designate contact Charlie. Time 1:28.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Baker, bearing 039, range 800 yards from Bloodhound.
Antler, this is Bloodhound. Take new station in convoy screen.
Roger. Antler taking station.
Antler, this is Bloodhound. Attack your
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Baker, bearing 058, range 700 yards from Bloodhound.
Acknowledged.
Sonar, this is the captain. Investigate ARC 0142-104. Investigating ARC 014 through 104. Aye, sir.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Baker, bearing 077, range 600 yards from Bloodhound.
Engines ahead 1/3.
All engines ahead 1/3. Aye, sir.
Steady as she goes. Aye. Steady on course 067.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Baker, bearing 091, range 400 yards from Bloodhound.
Bridge, starboard lookout. Object 1/2 to the horizon. Bearing 119. Appears to be periscope feather.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie now has sonar contact. Baker, bearing 105, range 300 yards from Bloodhound.
Combat sonar. Regain contact. Charlie, bearing 095. Range 1,000 yards. Steady as she goes. Aye. Steady on course 1.
Bloodhound, this is Mountie. Mountie lost contact. Baker, last known at bearing 124, range 200 yards from Bloodhound.
Sonar.
Combat sonar. Lost contact. Charlie. Last bearing.
095. Last range 900 yards. Combat sonar. Regain contact. Baker, bearing 131. Range 200 yards. Combat sonar. Investigating ARC 083 through 173. Sonar eye. Ready depth charges. Shallow path. Combat sonar. Contact. Baker. Now bears 154. Range 200 yards. Very.
Okay, all right. That went pretty all right. Now, this was interesting. I don't think any of the enemies actually surfaced throughout the entire mission. Radar didn't pick up anything. And all 3 U-boat contacts approached the convoy submerged, and they stayed like that throughout the entire mission. So, yeah, that was interesting. But something I have to keep in mind moving forward. Maybe the night missions moving forward are going to be like that, where the characteristics of the U-boat change. But yeah, just have to keep an eye out for that. But so far, all right. 1 kill, lost 1 ship. We lost it quite early on. The way the mission started was that 1 ship already got hit, but that wasn't counted to the score. But that U-boat that was already set up to sink that first ship basically got a free attack off before we could really do any real damage. So there's that. But I'll take it. All right, good stuff.